Suburban Sentinel here, along with Wiley, standing in for Bella the camera cat today. I just wanted to make a quick video response to the Maine preppers' comments on the Hurricane Sandy affair. My wife and I live in coastal Connecticut, about 50 miles northeast of New York City. And while parts of New York and New Jersey took the brunt of Sandy's fury, we got clobbered pretty well up here too. First, I'd like to comment on the behavior of a group within our society that I like to refer to as the entitled elite. Essentially, these are people of significant means, fairly wealthy individuals that believe that the government and other private citizens should be attending to their every need and want. During the storm, one of the entitled elites dialed 911 to report that her family's generator would not start, and she wanted either a police patrolman or the fire department to come start her generator. Naturally, the 911 operator informed this poor lady that a non-functioning generator in a private residence is not a cause for emergency services. A while later, there was another 911 call reporting a fire in progress during the storm. And of course, emergency services responded to that call. I got both cats up here now, got Bella and Wiley. Now, I haven't yet been able to confirm this information, but my understanding on good authority is that there was no fire. Police officials do suspect that the person who initially dialed 911 for the non-starting generator was responsible for a second call reporting the fire. And again, I have not been able to confirm this information. The reason this little story is of such great import, and I do know for sure the following facts, that one of our local volunteer firefighters was killed by a falling tree when returning to the station from this 911 call. Another example of the behavior of the entitled elite I saw entirely with my own eyes. I did some volunteer logistics support work over at the town hall. By way of background, this is a fairly affluent town where the houses, even in this economy, on the low end, figure around 600 to 650,000, and on the higher end, they're $1 million. This is also a relatively rural town. There's no industry to speak of. There's one little general store / gas station. Lots of wooded property, lots of open space, but not much there. So I went down to town hall to help out and deliver some stuff, and essentially the town was giving away jugs of water and some MREs they'd gotten somewhere to town residents. Each town resident was eligible to get 2-gallon jugs of potable water and 6 MREs. After making my delivery, I didn't stay all that long. I guess maybe an hour or so. But what I did see were dozens and dozens of people driving their $60,000 to $80,000 Porsches, BMWs over to town hall, getting their allotted supplies and driving back to their $800,000 million plus homes. First, it was absolutely baffling to me that people who were of means did not have an ample supply of at least food and water in their homes. This storm certainly was not a surprise. Our local weather stations and radio, TV, etc., were tracking the storm since it had hit Cuba. So we had at least 5 days notice that this was going to go down. Also, I was baffled, well, more so angered, that these people were complaining to me and anyone else who would listen, and complaining quite loudly how either the supplies that were being handed out weren't enough, or how could they be expected to eat these crazy MRE things. These weren't hot meals, etc., etc. Essentially complaining about the quality of the food. And I find that just reprehensible. I've been a prepper for more than a quarter of a century, and my wife got involved in prepping in the last decade or so. And we were in pretty good shape for this storm. The first thing is we made sure we were not going to be part of the problem. We keep our trees trimmed so that the branches are not a hazard to anyone on the property, at least under normal conditions. And we also spend a significant amount of money every, I think it's 10 years, having the bigger trees, which run 75, 80 feet tall, cabled. In addition, we had enough resources, food, fuel, water, and medical supplies, all that business, to see us through at least the entire winter, if not longer. Although we lost power like everybody else, we were out for, I think, 5.5 days. It really wasn't a big deal because we had prepped for it. I didn't need one thing from the government, the power company, any of our neighbors, my wife and I, and all of our pets, because they prep too. We're good to go at the very least through March or April of 2013. And we probably could have gone a lot longer than that. And what I did realize, that having this peace of mind about not worrying about resources and whether help is on the way, is the reduced level of stress. We've all seen that in very stressful situations, we can do dumb things, make bad decisions. Not having to deal with that level of stress was a godsend. Second, by having all of our resources marshaled for a fairly long period of time, neither my wife nor I had to take any undue risks in trying to get resupplied. After the storm had passed, there were still trees falling, live electrical wires, from what I understand, some pretty frayed nerves at the stores, etc., etc. And we just avoided all of that by hunkering down, knowing that we didn't have to leave until we felt safe and comfortable doing so. My conclusion is that prepping, even though it does take a significant amount of time, energy, and money, is so worth the effort. So please do prep. Even if you can't do everything at once, that's okay. Again, start small, work your way up. The Maine Preppers channel is an absolute treasure. And even though I've been prepping for decades, I still have learned a lot from our Maine prepper in a fairly short amount of time. This is the Suburban Sentinel, along with our well-prepped cats, Bella and Wiley. Thanks for watching.